So in today's video, I'm going to answer a few questions that a client of mine sent in about Leisure World and different things that they weren't too sure about. So I'm going to answer the questions and give you some resources that you might need if you're planning on making a move to Leisure World. So let's get to it right now. All right, so the first question was, does the HOA include the property taxes? And the answer is no. So the HOAs are separate. They range anywhere from around $420 a month, depending on which mutual, all the way up to around $480 a month. Again, this is at the time of recording, which is in 2023. The taxes are based on a 1.2% tax rate. So if it's a $400,000 unit, 1.2% is going to be about $4,800 a year, and then that's divided by 12 months. So that's going to be added onto the HOA fee. So no, they're not included, but taxes is something that you just can't get around, unfortunately. Real quick, if this is your first time to the channel, subscribe and tap the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know about the real estate market in Southern California. My name is Steve Batiz, and I'm the broker owner of NextHome West Realty, and we get calls, emails, and texts every single day from people just like you looking to make their move into Southern California. So if that's you, don't be shy. Give me a call, send me a text, or shoot me an email. I'd love to help you make a smooth transition into the area. All right, question number 2 is how many people can live in a 1-bedroom unit and how many people can live in a 2-bedroom unit? The answer is, you're going to want to check with the mutual, but as far as what Leisure World is saying, in a 1-bedroom unit, 2 people can live, and in a 2-bedroom unit, 3 people can live. He also went on to ask, what if everyone has their own cars? Each unit in Leisure World has 1 parking spot. Any other car that you register to park in Leisure World is going to have to park on the street parking. Now, right now, there's plenty of street parking. I've never had a problem finding a parking spot in Leisure World. You might have to walk a little bit to get to the street parking at times, and it really depends on, what part of Leisure World you're in, what mutual you're in, how many other people have multiple cars, so it's kind of one of those things where you're going to want to, once you find a unit that you're interested in, just look around and you kind of get an idea of what the parking situation is going to be like if you have more than 1 car. Another question he had was, if he buys the unit and his sister lives with him, does she have to pay the $4,800 buy-in fee to the Mutual Rain Foundation? It really depends on how he has her there if she's a co-owner or if she's a caregiver, so it makes a difference. If she's a co-owner, yes, you have to pay into that $4,800. If she's a caregiver and she doesn't pay in, she's not supposed to use any of the facilities. Now, if you go with her to use the facilities, they're not going to throw her out, but in order for her to have full access to all the amenities and facilities inside of Leisure World, yes, she'll have to pay that $4,800 buy-in. Another question he had was, if he has a 40-year-old niece that comes to live with him as a caregiver, yes, you can get approval for her to live there as a caregiver. She won't have any benefits to go into the different facilities and use those facilities, but yes, as a caregiver, you can have her live there with you. One of the other questions was, can I buy the unit now and rent it out? And which mutuals allow you to rent? So mutuals 1, 11, 12, and 16 do not allow you to rent out the unit. Mutual 17 allows 10% of the units to be rented. So you're going to definitely want to check with that mutual before you or during escrow before you make a purchase, we can look into it at the time to see if there's availability to rent the unit. Now, as far as renters go, if you rent it out, the renters have to pay the $4,800 buy-in, and what they do is they prorate it over 5 years. So if you pay $4,800 and they only rent it for a year, they get 4 years back. So they'll take that $4,800, divide it by 5 years, and then after they move out, if they only stay there for a year, they'll give them 4 years. They'll refund them 4 years of that. If they stay there 2 years, they'll refund them 3 years of that. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the the reasons why you don't see a lot of rentals in Leisure World, is because they have to pay that buy-in to the Golden Rain Foundation. Another question, and I get this one from a lot of people, is can I put a washer and dryer in my unit? There are washer and dryers in a lot of units in Leisure World. The laundry rooms are always really close to most of the units, but if you wanted your own inside the unit, right now they are, the cost of that is about $12,000 to have that installed. It has to be done by Leisure World certified contractors. They have to be certified to work inside of Leisure World, so keep that in mind. But the cost right now is about $12,000, and of course you have to get approvals before you do any work inside the units or on the outside of the units. You have to get approval from your mutual and through Leisure World to get that done. I also get asked a lot about doing home inspections inside of when you're going to purchase inside Leisure World. What happens when a home gets listed in Leisure World is we have to get the Leisure World to actually come out and do what's called a pre-inspection on the home. So they go through everything. If anything needs to be repaired, either Leisure World will repair it at their cost, depending on what it is, or if it's damage caused by the owner, then the owner has to pay that fee. So yes, you can get an inspection on your own, but it's not necessarily required, because they're already, we've already done a pre-inspection on all the units are up for sale in Leisure World. But that doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just, the inspections cost, $400 or $500. You might want to do it just to double check, but for the most part, you really don't need to. Another question that I get a lot is, can we add on to the outside of your unit? So when you're walking around Leisure Road, you'll see a lot of units will have their front porch extended out, or out to the side. That is basically, depends on the mutual, and you have to get approval for that. A lot of mutuals, and you'll see it, a lot of mutuals will allow you to, if you have an in unit, for example, the in units will have, a patio built out on the side, or some of them will have a door on the side of the building, which changes the whole aesthetic of the house. And some of those are really nice. The in units are usually going to go for a little bit more money just because of that. So again, just check with the mutual and make sure that they will allow you to build out before you move in. But for the most part, they're pretty easy to work with. So that's all I have for now. If you have any questions or you need anything, just drop me a comment in the comments below, or give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to help you out. If you're planning on moving out to Seal Beach, Leisure World, or just into Seal Beach in general, it's a great community, very quiet. It's one of the smallest cities in Orange County, and it's a great place to live. So if there's anything I can do to help you out, just let me know.